Ready.
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and all eyes are on Jared Goff, as he's gone over 4,000 yards passing now for the year. It's the Saints and the Eagles, and it's coming up next.
It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the New Orleans Saints and the Philadelphia Eagles. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Eagles team as they interplay here. They've been in a great group. Winners of 7 of their last 10 on the year.
And going back through the tape, I thought they looked pretty good last week. It was a solid win, a comprehensive win.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Saints, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
And I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
Entering play call screen.
Here's Will Lutz ready to get this one started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. This one taken just inside the 10. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. And they will be led out by a guy certainly still trying to prove himself here in the league, the young rookie quarterback.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
On first down, it's McNabb.
Square button.
And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete. But Charles, as we've covered, they've already clinched their spot in the postseason, so now they just want to avoid adding any additional names to this list before the postseason begins.
Terrific observation, because trying to move up a spot, I don't know if it's worth it if you're trying to play guys who aren't quite right. Get them healthy, get ready for the playoffs, make your moves then.
An early task, 2 plays in, this is 3rd and 2. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. Well, didn't get it by much, but bottom line got the first down, avoiding that 3 and out. How vital is that on the first drive?
To me, it's like the first round of a boxing match. You know, it may not mean much right then and there, but you'd rather not lose it, right? So you want to go ahead and get it, kind of establish something early, and hope it can carry through.
Entering play call, coach suggests exit, red option.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll take this ahead for about 4, 2nd down coming up. These are his numbers from last week's contest. And Charles, how do you think he ran the football?
I thought he definitely had his moments. I did think that they could have utilized him a little bit better, and I'm definitely going to keep an eye on him to see how they're going to use him this week.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the run game.
They did in a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
Entering franchise screen, you have 9 options. Resume is selected. Entering play call, Coach Z, angle curl, AHP base.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. This defense for the Saints, they were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win. That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
McNabb's throw complete there to Smith. And he'll get this to the 22. So they began the play at the 11, and it's a gain of 11. First down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 57 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
They'll run with Sanders. He pushes forward from maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
Here's where we need to see some tenacity from this defense because they've been pushed right down the field on this opening drive. They've got to find some way to push back, and that's a good first step.
Touchdown! Grant Calcaterra with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Eagles will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. I'll let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass his young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed. Aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now, and you can see the confidence of the team has grown. His confidence has grown. I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what they've seen, and it's also safe for him when he's driving home to turn on Sports Talk Radio. He's okay.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the 7th-year man out of Cal, the top pick back in 2016, Jared Goff.
He threw for nearly 350 yards. His team won. And one word just kept coming to mind as I watched him during the game. Surgical. Absolutely surgical. That's why he won NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
Yeah, very precise. The throws, maybe as accurate as he's been in some time.
Yeah, I think he feels pretty locked in here, and I think he feels like he can get it done again in this one, too.
They begin on the ground with Kamara, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The numbers there for Kamara from a week ago. 18 carries, 74 yards.
And those numbers have both he and his blockers motivated this week. They saw that yardage total climbing, but stopped short of 100. Every one of them has to be driven this week to help them reach the century mark.
From the 27, Goff. That's out to Hill, right side complete. Only able to gain a couple there. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they're getting a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Out of the gun, Goff. That's Olave bringing in another one. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4. Now it's Goff. The pass caught by Olave. And they're going to get...
Entering instant replay. Entering play call. LB Blitz 1.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It was Brandon Graham that came in there and got him.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for. One of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Entering play call. Coach suggest overload free scheme. Cover 1 hole. Temperature contain. Cover 1 hole.
So the 1st down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. They run it again with Kamara. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
He's got a man complete. Touchdown, New Orleans. Marquez Callaway, 49 yards. And the Saints are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. Lutz good on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So that one, an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. And it ends with a touchdown for New Orleans. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This is taken just shy of the 10. And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35. The Eagles offense making their way back out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC.
Playoff picture here, and you see they've got that number 2 spot right now. Obviously a lot to like about that and where they're at in this home stretch of the season. But that first round home game is not guaranteed, Charles, until they lock up their division.
Bottom line, win the division, stay number 2. You get a favorable game at home to begin what you hope will be a nice postseason run.
And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. 69 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
9 categories. You have 30 options. Each being selected.
These two teams all tied after one. Now second quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
AHP inside, punch drive. Mesh spot, forward kick, mesh spot. Circle
From the
button.
midfield stripe,
Cross
they'll look to
button.
throw.
Square button.
Over the middle, complete. It's Smith. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Entering play call.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off because they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and he passed him off to each defender.
Circle button.
Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
R1 button.
Now a first down
Circle
throw,
button.
McNabb.
Circle button.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to pound the hole.
Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Now McNabb.
Circle button. Square button.
And he fires one that's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the Saints are going to take over here up near the 40.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder, this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points are given away and could cost them a ball game?
Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. On 2nd and 9, Goff. And he'll just get rid of it.
Well, to me, there was no question about the intent there, and I think he was a little fortunate that the penalty flag didn't come out for grounding. But he'll get away with it and get another shot on 3rd down.
A quick one here, hauled in by Kamara. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Coming left is Kamara. And some room to roam now. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Alvin Kamara, his 12th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Saints have taken the lead. Lutz with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. A drive there of just 4 plays. And the capper came from Alvin Kamara on the touchdown run. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And I'm wondering if maybe they don't go away from him on this drive a little bit. He's been great, but they haven't scored a lot of points.
I think they still have to show him as a threat.
And oh, he coughed it up. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
Thank goodness for heaters up here. And thank goodness I don't have to carry the football in this game. It's January. It's cold out there. Trying to clutch the football and absorb the hits, not easily done.
Yeah, we saw a product of the elements right there. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
7 categories.
They'll run again with Benjamin. And a lot of talent on this Eagle defense, and you've seen it on these last 2 plays, both losses. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. See what they have drawn up here, a little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first. And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. Josh Sweat rushing in and bringing him down to the ground. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your line and say,
play call. Enter instant replay. Entering play
call. Help here. And you have to ask politely because remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
Yeah, the next-gen stat's going to show just how much time he had to make a decision, and it's not much. 3 seconds, the final clocking.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Now, this offense got to be loving this. After the long missed field goal, they'll take over on the other side of the 50. 1st and 10.
Cross-cutting.
And some room to work. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 112 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ballgame.
Boy, the offensive line there, that was a thing of beauty to watch them block. I love how you give a little appreciation for those big guys up front, and well-deserved. But how about the execution behind them? You can see the hours of practice that have gone into it. Great pocket by the running back. Quarterback puts it right in the perfect spot. Great mesh point by them. The timing on point. The run even better.
Slants. 0-1 trap. Slants. 0-1 trap. Double post. AHP dive.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
Now that's how you start to get back in the good graces of your head coach. Remember, he fumbled on the last possession. How about the faith they showed him, giving him the ball again, and he repaid him, picking up a first down.
Inside zone. Spacing sweep. Inside zone.
Here we go. Cut.
They'll try to run this one in. And he pushes forward and comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the road. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Sanders, no signal, and now they say he did not get in. He is stonewalled at the 1. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
That's a nice example of good team defense right there. Ball was snapped at the 1-yard line. They knocked him back and caused a loss. But you notice they were trying to find any type of a gap to run through. Wasn't one available, and they stopped the play right there in the middle of the...
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown! taking it in from a yard out. And the Eagles are an extra point away from evening this one up. So they brought the extra bulk in down on the 1-yard line, and they're able to push this one across.
Yeah, I can just see your face right now because I know we're mind-melding on this one. Coach Madden would love this. Power football, hat on a hat, chest to chest, driving forward, touchdown.
Entering play call, coach suggests. Entering instant replay. Entering franchise. Entering play call. Coach suggestions.
Elliott on for the extra point.
Categories. You have 15 options. Attempt is selected.
And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. So that drive span 5 plays. And it is a 1-yard touchdown. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Well, we're probably not the first, but all of us at EA Sports certainly want to wish you and yours a happy and prosperous new year. And as a celebration of that, a big slate of NFL games on this Sunday, Week 17. Second to last weekend of the NFL docket. Later tonight, the battle for Los Angeles, Rams and Chargers, 5:15 Pacific at SoFi. And then on Monday night, Charles and I are on to Cincinnati. Bills and Bengals, 2 cold weather teams in what will be a frigid Paul Brown Stadium. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Couple quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
Throwing on third, gone. He's got a man, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That's a first down with a cherry on top, 31 yards.
Coach suggestions, there are 7 categories.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Eagles are going to take possession as they got it at the 42-yard line. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
Andy, do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
Entering play. Entering instant replay. Entering French. Entering play call. Slants. AHD slip. Stick and nod.
The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42.
Triangle button.
Here's McNabb.
Button. Square button.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football.
A tough adjustment to the NFL throughout his rookie season, and his problem with turnovers is only exacerbated by his early showing today. That's a couple for him here in this first half, and he's cleared the double-digit mark for the entire season.
After the interception, here's goal. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the...
Entering franchise screen, you have 7 options. Entering play call. Enter. Call timeout is selected.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts.
Entering
as
play
they'll talk
call.
things.
Coach. Enter. Instant replay. Entering
this
play
upcoming
call.
second down play.
Suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Goff now looks to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again.
Entering play. Enter. Instant replay. Entering error pop-up. You have hit the max number of snapshots you can take in the game. Okay. Entering franchise options pop-up menu. You have 2 options. Settings. Exit. Settings is selected. Entering settings screen. You have 7 options. And in call timeout is selected. Instant replay. Entering error pop-up. You have hit the max number of snapshots you can take in the game. Okay. Entering play call, coach suggestions.
Back-to-back sacks have this place in a frenzy as they line up again, 3rd and long now. On the ground, Benjamin. And they will bottle him up behind the line, and now will they...
Enter, call timeout is selected.
Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Blake Gillikin on the punt now on 4th down.
He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. This is taken around the 12.
Cross-cutting.
And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. All told, that a 55-yard punt with a net of 40 after the return. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 9 categories. You have 3 options. Y-sale is selected. Triangle button. Cross-cutting. Triangle button. Cross button.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Entering. Call timeout is selected.
Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 9 categories. You have 12 options. Hail Mary. Hail Mary.
And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half.
Triangle button. R1 button. Square button. R1 button. R1 button. Cross
They'll
button.
throw now on the
Cross
final
button.
play.
Circle button. Square
It's
button.
incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Happy New Year, everybody. Welcome into our EA Sports Halftime Report. It's a busy Week 17 of the regular season, so let's get right to it. We'll begin up north at MetLife Stadium over in New Jersey. And it's the Giants who are out in front in the second quarter. Daniel Jones has thrown a touchdown pass. From there, let's get down to Baltimore to check in on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And you can see they trail in that matchup against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Kenny Pickett throwing the football well. He has 3 touchdown passes. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And they've got the lead in their ball game over the visiting Cleveland Browns. Taylor Heineke, 2 touchdown passes thus far. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Saints. And in a tie ball game, they've got to be asking themselves, what can we do to get this passing game on track for the second half to come? Meanwhile, for the Eagles, we get a look at their numbers on the ground in that first half, as they'll be looking to rev things up here in a tie ball game. Both these teams making their final halftime adjustments. We're just about ready to get back to football. So for the call of the second half, we get back up to Philadelphia and Brandon Gott.
Blitz counter. Contain. Defend inside run. Defend short pass. Defend medium pass. Defend outs.
Okay, Coach. Yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far.
The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
And the Saints set to go here to begin the third quarter. This offense ready for the first drive of the third quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the second half, getting the ball first, you've got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense?
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I know the speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
On 2nd and 12, Goff, Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has now received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. Now Goff. Flush to his, and he's going to go down again. He couldn't get away there on 3rd down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12.
That's the 2nd sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
Here comes the Saints punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll just punch it out of there, and it's not a great kick. Fielded at the 43. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half.
9 categories. You have 30 actions. RPO zone PP selected. Call combo.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Circle button.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Suggestions. There are Hufflor, AHBM.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 140 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. On the tackle, Tyrann Mathieu.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
9 yards on the play there, and it sets them up 1st and goal.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a 1st down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Entering play call, coach suggestions.
They've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 out of the 3.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense? Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it.
Cross button, R1 button, triangle.
2nd down, McNabb. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A.J. Brown, his first touchdown on the year. And the Eagles have moved out in front. Well, with that touchdown pass, I'm going to bring up a point from earlier in the year. Some of the fans were saying, when do we turn to the rookie? Well, he's looking pretty good right now.
Yeah, I love the fact that the fans are bringing that up because I'm not the head coach. Okay, so he's got to deal with it. But I think it's a legitimate question. With the way their season is going, I think now is the time to turn the page and let him get some starts before this season is over.
Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead is now 21-14.
Entering play call. Special teams. You have 6 options. Kickoff left is selected.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Now the Saints coming back out ready to go for this next drive. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line.
Jordan Davis, just a monster on that play, stopping it from going anywhere.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Goff. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down.
But collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number, it's just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
He completes it to Olave.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. So that changes things. Here's 1st and 10 all the way up at the 45. On the run is Benjamin. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Now Goff. And that is incomplete.
Coverage keyed in on it since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. He couldn't get away there on 3rd down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12.
I know nowadays they give a lot of guys different things when they get to the sidelines after creating a big play, but just throw a cape on this guy because he single-handedly ended multiple drives. Interception earlier, sack on 3rd down. Really? Should have a better game plan as to how to contain him because he's affecting this game in so many ways.
Averaging 50 yards of boot so far as this one's away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Eagles will have it taking over 1st and 10. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession.
As the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Cross button, circle button, triangle button.
McNabb.
R1 button.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. And for the Saints here on third down, an extra defensive back on the field. To throw, McNabb. Complete. Smith has it.
He's going to pick up the first down and then some. Down the right sideline. And he's going to be out of bounds here all the way down inside the 10.
They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
We know play callers can be very creative in this game today, but sometimes when they've got receivers with speed like this, they don't need to design incredibly complex calls. Sometimes it's just get the ball.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. A great play there. His second TD of the game and 18th of the year. And the Eagles are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. That time a 6-play drive and a 9-yard run on the end of it. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. To throw is gone. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll just get rid of it.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10. And I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shot. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Take it in at the 22. 51 yards on the punt there.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdown.
And he loses the football a second time. And this is picked up by the Saints. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here now. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. There'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game. And now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category.
Entering play call, coach suggestions.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Gone. Flushed out right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
3rd and long. It's gone. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. Past the 20. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and an Eagle touchdown. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
Elliott now to have the extra point.
You have 15 options, added empty selected.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. This one fielded at the 5. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Out comes the Saints offensive unit and the NFC playoff race. Let's have a look at it.
Well, including this week, 3 weeks remain in the regular season, Charles, and it is going to be interesting to see how this playoff picture sorts itself out before we head into the postseason.
Competitive, entertaining postseason, that's what we're always striving for. I think we get it during the regular season, too, because you never know how things are going to go during the final weeks of the season. Every team pulling out all the stops to get a better seed or just to get one of those 7 seats at the table. Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Goff's throw complete there to Johnson.
Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs.
Entering play call, coach suggestions, there are 7 categories.
To throw again on 2nd down. Goff. He's got Smith here.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Goff throwing again. He finds his man Johnson. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 35. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. On 1st down, gone. And a throw right sideline is complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, Goff. That is caught. Traquan Smith. Touchdown Saints. From 17 yards out.
And the Saints have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
Lutz good on the extra point. And the lead will be cut down to 14.
Entering play call, special teams. You have 6
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
We'll see a return here from the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Eagles just about set to go to work on offense.
They've got the 2-score lead. Look, though, they fumbled last possession, led to a touchdown. So while things look good here at this stage in the 4th, they got to be careful.
They definitely do because they've actually brought them back into it, haven't they? They've given them a hope once again. Their purpose on this drive, squash that hope one more time.
Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Square
now
button,
it's McNabb.
Circle button, cross button.
Well, it's caught on the right side. It's Smith. Catch number 44 on the year. It's a 1st down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
That's interference. Defense.
Well, CD, that helps the home team as they try to erase this deficit, give them the penalty for pass interference on the defense.
Yeah, and they certainly haven't been happy with what they've seen so far, have they? They're certainly hoping that that call now to get the fans back into this one.
Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort.
So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. Right back to him on first down. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Down right around the 25. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Coach suggestions. There are 9 categories.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Triangle button. Cross
McNabb
button.
to throw.
Square button. Square button.
It's caught. Smith. And they're going to stop him short of the first down as he's tackled at about the 21. So on comes the Eagle kicker, Jake Elliott, on 4th down. This to make it a 3-score game late. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The New Orleans offense set to take over. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter.
On 1st and 10, Goff. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. They'll try again from the 20 on 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap for Goff.
On the slant, complete to Benjamin.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Throwing again on second down. Goff. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Goff now to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Eagles are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
And out now come the Eagles. And this crowd has certainly liked what they've seen. Their guys fully expected to win this one coming in, and they have not disappointed as they've got the big lead here in the 4th. The Eagles in the victory formation as they take a knee.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end the game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it.
Coach suggestions. There are 9 categories. You have 6 options. HB Dive is selected.
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for the Eagles, the win will be number 11 for them on the year.
Entering post-game screen, you have 5 options. Finish game is selected. Entering player upgrades. Jack Stoll. Josh Sills. You have 6 options. Upgrade. Agile. Pass protector. You have 5 options. Overview is selected. You have 6 options. Upgrade is selected. Blocking. You have 5 options. Overview is brain dot. Patrick. You have 6 options. Power rusher. Pass coverage. You have 5 options. Overview is selected. You have 6 options. Upgrade is selected. Pass coverage. You have 5 options. Overview is selected. You have 6 options. Upgrade is selected. Power rusher. You have 5 options. Overview. You have 6 options. Upgrade is selected. Pass coverage. You have 5 options. Overview is selected. You have 6 options. Upgrade is selected. Zone. You have 5 options. Overview is select. Entering Entering franchise hub screen home. Entering franchise hub screen. Advanced week is home. You have 2 options. Next week is selected. Entering weeks. Enter news. Top stories. Entering. Warning pop-up. Are you sure you want to quit? Top stories. You have play season game is entering weekly strategy pop-up. You have entering regular season week 18 screen. Entering regular season week 18 screen. Blitz counter. Entering regular season week 18 screen. Entering weekly strategy regular season week 18 screen. You have 4 options. Weekly gun plan goal is selected. Entering weeks. Entering franchise news. Reactions. Bucky Brooks at BBR. Charles Davis. Ross Tucker at RTUCKREA. Top store. You have play season game is you have 4 play full game. Entering team select screen. Ready.
It's week 18 of the National Football League. And coming up, we've got Daniel Jones. After his last game, now across 3,000 yards for the season. It's the Giants and the Eagles. And it's coming up next on Madden NFL 23.
The city of Philadelphia is one of rich history and passion, and you can always count on the ladder when you step inside Lincoln Financial Field. Today, the curtain falls on the regular season, and we've got a good one in store between the New York Giants and the Philadelphia Eagles. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, you look at this Eagles team as they interplay here. They come in playing pretty well, 6-3 in their last 9 games. On the other side of the field for the visiting Giants, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
Entering play call screen. Entering play call. Special teams. We have 6 options. Return left is selected.
The kicker, Graham Gano, set to put his foot into this one. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. And this fielded right at the goal line.
Cross button.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. And a look at a guy, definitely got a little razzle-dazzle to him. Can do it with his arm or his legs. Their mobile QB.
Well, he did go 2-2 in the last ball game. Well, actually, he went 2-2-1, with the 1 being the victory.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line there. But wasn't it funny at practice? He threw one when we were watching, threw an interception, and the defense got on him a little bit, good-naturedly. But they were letting him know, you got to cut down those interceptions. We can't bail you out all the time.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. But as you said, they got the win in that effort last week.
Square button.
McNabb's throw there taken in by Smith. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
There are 9 categories. You have 3 options. RPO zone pick is selected.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15. You and I have talked about it before, but what about the year this guy's had on the ground? You come in as a rookie and in the discussion as MVP.
And people have always told me, running back, one of the easiest positions to break in, but not to this level. If you're talking MVP, that means he's had a sensational season.
Able to break through that initial contact and winds up getting about 3 there. It's 2nd down.
But Charles, as we've covered, they've already clinched their spot in the postseason, so now they just want to avoid adding any additional names to this list before the postseason begins.
Terrific observation, because trying to move up a spot, I don't know if it's worth it if you're trying to play guys who aren't quite right. Get them healthy, get ready for the playoffs, make your move then.
It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
Square button. Circle button. R1 button.
Here's McNabb.
Square button. Square button.
Over the middle to Smith. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big play that time on the catch and run. 34 yards.
All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. Does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does because your thought process...
Entering play call. Entering franchise. Instant replay. Entering
That's how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays. And when they make one against you, it makes you a little bit hesitant.
Time to regroup.
Cross button.
On first down, they'll run it on the draw play. Trying to run inside, but nothing
Entering
there.
play call.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Circle button.
Now McNabb.
R1 button. Square button.
And this one complete to Smith.
Entering
And he'll
play
get
call.
7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. And this will be play number 8 of the opening drive. It's third and short.
Triangle button.
They'll set up to
Square
throw.
button.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Giants are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive.
Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions. Can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
The former number 6 overall pick of 2019, Daniel Jones, trots out to lead this New York Giants offense.
Okay, I'm not taking a turn to negative town, even though it's going to sound like it. The 2 interceptions he threw last week, those obviously have to be eliminated, and that was the focus of practice this week.
Entering play
But
call.
let's face it, he did throw 3 touchdown
And
passes.
they got the win.
And they got the win, so I think it was a good week for him to work on things. Had some positives, the win being first and foremost. Now he's just got to eliminate those interceptions.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 20. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Throwing, Jones. Got a man, that's Richie James. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Well, this defense for the Eagles, they were very good last week in the win over New Orleans.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
And he will have a Giants first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1. These two teams in the early lead this season in Philly with the Eagles winning that ball game. So they're trying to win here in Philadelphia to capture the season series. Now Jones. James has got it. Complete. On the move past the 40. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Giants. Richie James with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Giants take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
Yeah, and this is one of the best runs you'll see. A lot of times on these long touchdowns, you'll say he gets into the end zone untouched, but not here. He fought his way through contact, and it barely even registered, and he just continued down the field all the way to the end zone.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. And right now they're in that number 2 spot. They would love to hold on to that, but obviously first things first. They want to clinch the division.
And that's what everyone plays for. Win your division first guarantees you a spot in the playoffs, but still a nice spot to be in. Not as good as it was when the number 2 seed meant a first-round bye. That's all changed with the new playoff system, but still a nice spot to be in.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. 5 in the secondary now for the Giants here on 3rd. To throw, McNabb. Complete. Smith has it. And he is going to have an Eagles first down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. There are 9 categories. You have 30 options. 26 lowest selected. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. The Eagles come into this one looking for a 12th win on the year. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. McNabb.
Triangle button.
A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Okay, you're in his first 2 drives, but this one's going to get them out to nothing. They've got to start dialing up some plays that allow them to finish drives with points.
On is Kern, the punter, to send this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Giants' drive will start from deep in their territory with a 1st and 10. So the Giants getting the football back here for their 2nd drive. As the season winds down and you look at them in totality, you know, the offense has struggled. The defense has been pretty good, so I would imagine the changes this offseason may be more on the offensive side of the ball.
And this is where we always hear the term complementary football, because as you noted, the defense has played well enough for them to win games, and the offense has held them back. So they've got to reward that defense by improving on offense. I don't know if you make a change at quarterback, running back, tight end, it doesn't matter. Get better players, better system, so they can play to the standards of the defense, and the win column will result.
And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
This one goes out wide for Barkley. And they stop him short of the 1st, as he can only get to the 20.
Entering
they stopped him shy of the marker, thought they were bringing up 4th down, and then that penalty.
Let's face it, they thought they had bent, but could absorb that, right? Instead, they broke as a result of their own penalty.
Brandon Graham, great pursuit there, getting the tackle for loss.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Back to throw. Jones. And now he'll fire deep downfield for James. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he leads the NFL in interceptions and really added to that total.
Got his hand on it, couldn't quite corral it. It's been a Pro Bowl type season for him, and the term ball hawk really comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that one a lot because teams want to avoid that type of a player, but sometimes you just can't. He just knows where the ball is.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. So possession 1 ended in 6. Possession 2 likely going to end in a punt.
And that's okay. They just got to get back to what they worked on in the opening drive and continue to make a few adjustments along the way. It won't be exact because the defense will make a few adjustments themselves. Just get back to your game plan.
They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. Last week, a strong showing, up over 100, also 2 trips to the end zone.
It's the kind of week that if you said, listen, I'll let you have this type of a game each and every week, you'd sign up for it. You wouldn't try and get too greedy. But let's face it, good runners always want to be a little bit more greedy at the end, try and squeeze out every last yard. He's going to try and duplicate that and exceed it in this game.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Now 2nd quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession. 2nd down and 4.
While a red option is selected.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
There are 9 categories. You have 30 options. Zone split WK is selected.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. 41 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles around the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. It'll go as a gain of 4. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
There are 9 categories. You have 30 options. Inside zone is selected.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he's got the 1st down yardage before being taken down at midfield.
Entering play
What were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
Holding, offense.
Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
You all get times in that spot. You're trying to work against the defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10.
I don't think anyone thought we'd see a run facing second and that long, and that element of surprise, I think helped make that play so successful. Nice effort on that carry, and it took what seemed like second and impossible. Now has him within throwing range of a first down.
The Eagles on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
Already a pair of 3rd down conversions for them on this drive, but right now they need 5 yards on this 3rd down try.
Cross button. R1 button. R1 button.
They'll set up a
R1
throw.
Button. Cross button.
He's got Smith. Now the ball comes loose. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
Entering play.
I don't know about you, but I'm going to go to the positive side this time. Yeah, there was a fumble at the end of this one, but what a sustained drive. And if they keep stringing those together, you got to like their chances.
And credit the defense, though. You're out there for that long, you start to get tired, but they were able to get the turnover.
Did you just credit the defense?
I like to credit the defense and the offense.
I like you.
And the analysts.
That's perfect.
From the 28, it's 2nd and 5. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Open target here, Darius Slayton. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a first down.
Play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Operating from the gun, Jones. His throw incomplete.
Entering play call.
He was out there waving his arm saying, throw it here, dropped it, not a good look.
Well, all I can do is just look at him with contempt on that one. As a defensive back, I'm saying, not as an announcer. Just like, really?
A little bit of a diva look, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so. Because I think what happens is he just had too much time to think. He's wide open now. Here comes the ball. And he doesn't concentrate and drops it.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Back to throw again. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Fielded just inside the 20. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30. Just a net of 34 there following a punt of 44 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. He's doing his thing. He's got some good yardage, but his team right now in the second quarter, 0 points.
Just not a complete formula. Half of it's there, being able to run the ball and set the tone. What if they may have to go to some play action, throw off the run game, and try and get the ball in the end zone?
I was just going to ask you that same thing. Maybe you use that run now to set up the pass, right?
I would think so, because the run has been very effective for them.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Ready?
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. And 5 in the secondary now for the Giants on 3rd down. Now it's McNabb. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Brown. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 30. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
All right, let's just go and walk through this one pretty easily, right? Blast off the line of scrimmage, get downfield to a certain point, usually around 8 to 10 yards, turn around and make sure the quarterback sees your numbers and set yourself up for the pass.
A well-executed curl route by Charles Davis. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining.
Entering play call.
A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. McNabb to throw. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Cross button. Triangle button. Square button.
They'll drop to throw.
Cross button.
And he fires one that's intercepted. And the Eagles will take over here just shy of the 30.
Holding. Defense.
Entering play call, coach suggestions,
penalty
7
decline.
categories.
Jones throwing on 1st down. As this complete to Daniel Bellinger. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Coach suggestions, there are 7 categories.
Looking to throw. Jones, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and an Eagle touchdown. They give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice you're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like this.
And instant replay. Entering franchise. Entering play call.
Do I ever?
On for the extra point, Jake Elliott.
15 options. Attempt is selected.
It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown.
Play call. Special teams. We have 6 options. Kickoff left is selected.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. So it's all down to this, Week 18 on the NFL schedule. And that means that once we sort things out, we'll all be set for our second ever Super Wild Card weekend, which I think everyone agrees was a runaway success last year. We've got 2 games coming up on Saturday, 3 more on Sunday, and then we'll put a bow on it Monday night. To throw on 2nd and 10. Jones, he finds his man, complete. That's James. And he's going to have a first down here. They're also into field goal range at the 28. Jones now on first down. He finds his man, complete. That's James. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Again, he'll drop to throw. And this will be caught. It's Isaiah Hodgins. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They'll look to throw again. And that one complete to Hodgins. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. From the 38, Jones. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. And he put enough leg into it, but it's well off to the right and no good. So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have to show at halftime as they head to the locker room. 7-7 our score. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. It's all down to this. Week 18 of the NFL regular season. Lots to be decided, so let's get right to it. We'll get started up at FedEx Field in our nation's capital. And it's the visitors who are out in front in the second quarter. Curtis Samuel, a touchdown reception. From there, we head over to the Windy City. Check on the Bears at home, Soldier Field. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Minnesota Vikings. A couple of touchdown strikes there from Justin Fields. Finally, we're off to Atlanta. Check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And they've got the lead in their matchup with the Tampa Bay Bucks. Desmond Ridder has thrown a touchdown pass. With that, let's get a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Giants. And they were able to have some success throwing the football against the secondary. Look for that to continue as they try to break this deadlock. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, we get a look at their numbers on the ground in that first half, as they'll be looking to rev things up here in a tie ball game. Both these teams making their final halftime adjustments. We're just about ready to get back to football. So for the call of the second half, we get back up to Philadelphia and Brandon Gott.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. And we will not see a return to start the half as this will be a touchback. The Giants about set to go to begin this third quarter. Well, the first half very even. I mean, really in all facets. This ball game tied, Charles, so as we start the third quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one, and we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee Wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
He's able to force his way through one man, but he can muster only about a yard on the play. Second down. On 2nd and 9, Jones, he finds his man, complete. It's James. And he's taken down, but
entering franchise screen, you have 7 options. Resume is selected.
across the 35.
Entering play call, coach suggestions.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Back to throw. Jones. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And incomplete on the deep ball. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. On the move past the 40. Down the sideline he goes. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Well, like so many wide receivers, he is a threat with the ball in his hands, and he's able to do his damage here after the catch.
Yeah, and this just looked like a simple, ordinary play to start, but boy, did things change. Once he got free, it was off to the races, and once he hit high gear, there's absolutely no one who was going to stop him.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the catch on the next-gen stats.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Previous play is under review.
The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
So that challenge is a successful one. A 1st down carry for Barkley. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. He's got Bellinger. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Hassan Reddick coming through with a stop there and a tackle for loss to boot. Now on 2nd and 13. Jones, throw left side, taken in by Slayton. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Operating from the gun. Jones. Touchdown, Giants. Darius Slayton, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Giants have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the 2nd half.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field, and that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control, and how about the end result? A touchdown.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the 2nd half.
Entering play call.
Charles, you and I said in intermission, feels like we're set up for a good 2nd half. Well, the other side scored. Now it's up to them to answer. How do they respond here with their first drive of the 2nd?
Entering franchise screen, you have 9 options. Resume is selected. Bottom
line is they just saw the ball go in the end zone against their defense, and they saw what good offense looks like. They believe they've got a good offense as well. Run the best plays you've got to the top performers you have, and try to move that ball down the field for an answering score.
And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. 87 yards for him on the ground now on 18 carries.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. 10 yards there and an Eagle first down. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
A 9-yard pickup, just 1 yard away from 3 consecutive first down plays.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
On second down, they'll run it here. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
They were not fooling around at all. Were they? Second and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. Now a first down throw, McNabb. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
And as a former defender, I can tell you with certainty, those are the ones that have you losing sleep at night. I would not like to be in that film room on Tuesday going over that one. Just a pretty poor effort defensively, and it leads to a big play.
And the next-gen stats shows us the tale of how much yardage he was able to pick up after the initial contact. Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
9 categories. You have 30 options. Drive is selected. Square button. Square button. R1 button. Circle button.
Now McNabb.
Cross button.
Touchdown, Eagles! Grant Calcaterra, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Eagles are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Coaches must really like to see that from the quarterback because he's had the interceptions in this game, but they're able to connect on the touchdown pass.
And teammates love to see that because they know that they miss blocks during a game, but they come back and make them later on. They miss tackles, right? They miss making plays, but the spotlight is magnified on your quarterback. And when he stands up to the pressure and comes back and throws a touchdown pass after throwing some picks earlier, they feel great about that guy.
And likewise for him personally, as a rookie quarterback, has to give him more confidence. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. Johnson won't return this, and the football will come out to the 25. New York set to take the field. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. They'll try and get this run game going. This is Barkley. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Looking to throw. Jones. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's third down.
So many screen passes are the result of excellent acting by everyone. But sometimes the guy who's getting the ball tips the play off. The running back, because he's eager to get the pass, and sometimes he doesn't act very well about whether he's going to block or leak out or whatever. And I think that they saw that, and that's why they're able to get to him.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. That's pulled in at the 32. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. This offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they're looking to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
Right back to him on 1st down. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Dexter Lawrence finding his way through defensively for the stop. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
There are 9 categories and have 30 options. Inside zone is selected.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take it in short, steady bursts.
Cross button. R1 button. Circle button. Cross button.
Here's McNabb.
Cross button.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 41-yard line. The third down conversion successful. A gain of 11.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars. And he came through with a nice catch right there.
So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 41. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. 129 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And they'll keep leaning on the running game back to the ground. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Square button.
And this is going to be intercepted. And the Giants are going to get it back here just past the 35.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
They begin with a run by Barkley. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Throwing Jones. James has got it. Complete. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Now Jones. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
I saw this one with defensive eyes because even as he escaped the pocket and bought time, the coverage stayed tight. Nothing broke down. Throwing it away, that was his only option.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10.
Jones, pass caught. It's Golladay on the out route.
And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 41-yard line. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Entering play, overload free scheme.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
He'll find Hodgins there complete. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4.
Back to throw. Jones.
And that throw behind his man. He missed it. Incomplete.
And the question now, can they get closer on 3rd down? A field goal from here, you're looking at right about a 52-yarder. Looking to throw. Jones. Quick hitter here. It's complete.
And he will have a Giants first down as he'll be marked down a yard or two past the marker following a gain of 6.
Back to throw. Jones gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And he is going to lose yardage here. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down.
Suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Looking to throw. Jones.
Throw right side, taken in by Bellinger.
And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6. The Giants on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 7. Operating from the gun. Jones. And that will be incomplete.
The coverage was good, but I just wonder if they absolutely fooled the quarterback on that play. I think he was expecting something else. Ended up with nowhere to throw the football successfully.
Gano's kick is good, and they take a 17-14 lead. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Eagles coming out as they get ready.
And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game.
Well, the drive starts with a completion left side, and they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
There are 9 categories. You have 3 options. Inside zone is selected.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Entering play. AHD slip screen.
Okay, ready?
Triangle button. Circle button.
To throw, McNabb.
Triangle button.
And he's got it. Got his man on the in route. Complete.
Entering
they get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here.
Cross button.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line.
Entering play.
Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And they've got a 4th down now in a game that, to be honest, has been pretty much everything we could have asked for.
Cross button.
And that's complete to Brown. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they manage to convert
And that'll keep the drive alive. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on fourth. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. Got a new lease on life after the fourth down conversion. Here's 1st and 10.
Circle button. Circle button.
Back to throw.
R1 button.
And he will find his man on the end route. Complete.
He'll
be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Categories. We have 12 options.
Back to throw.
Selected.
And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And he's going to get this down near the 25. First down now, but that clock rolling. They'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll get this down to the 10. Call it a gain of 14 for the second play in a row.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Call it a 1.
Instant replay. And call timeout is selected.
And that's going to lead to a 3rd down. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining.
Entering play call. AHP inside zone.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it.
Entering play call.
No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
Options. Field goal 26 yards is selected.
Well, they came so close, Charles. They were knocking on the door in a one-possession game, but ultimately the defense held tough to get the victory.
And doesn't it feel like it just leads them asking what could have been? So many moments when they could have had a big play to change the outcome of this game. And let's face it, none bigger than that final snap that just fell short.
So for the Giants,
they finish above 500 for the year. The final tally 9-8.
And that is maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but a better than average season nonetheless. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, it's loss number 5 for them on the year. And as division champs, they will host a playoff game next week in the wild card round.
Entering player upgrades screen. Ricky Watt. You have 6 options. Upgrade is selected. Elusive pack. You have 5 options. Overview is selected. Entering weeks. Entering franchise hub screen. Home. View. Advanced week is home. You have 2 options. Next week is selected. Entering weeks. Entering franchise hub screen. News. Entering Franchise Hub Screen News. Top stories. Eagles take on the Packers in NFC Wildcard. AFC Wildcard, Bills at Jaguars. Giants take on the Falcons in NFC Wildcard. Dolphins, Browns on opening playoff weekend. We talking about playoffs, Rams versus Cowboys. Wildcard round, Raiders host Colts. Entering warning pop-up. Are you sure you have a scout call? Manage. You have 4 options. Franchise. Entering staff management screen. You have 4 options. You have 3. 0 second. Offensive coordinator. 0 second. 0 second. 2. 0 second. 0 second. 2/2. Defense. Player person. 0. 0 second. 0 first. 0 second. A half. A half. A half. 0 second. A half. 0 second. 0 second. A half. A half. 0 second. 1/1. 0 second. 0 second. 2/ offensive head coach. 0 second. 0 second. Head coach. 0 second. 1/1. 0 second. 0 second. 0 second. 0 second. 1/1. Entering staff man. Select game day goal. Entering franchise hub screen hub. Weekly strategy is selected.